So Google did another drop, and this one's pretty big. They recently introduced Google VEO 3.1 with advanced capabilities in Flow. Now, if you're like me, you're like, oh, the new VEO dropped. Let me go into Gemini and use it. That's what I thought, and I went there and it wasn't there. You actually have to go to Flow, which is one of Google's other gamut of different tools that they're having. So let's take a look at this. VEO 3.1, what they're saying is refine your narrative with audio and more control the shot from start to finish, your reference image, longer seamless shots. This, the big thing that I saw, and I'm gonna show you an example in a minute, add new elements. So we're gonna try that out. It's all in Flow. It's saying it's in the Gemini app. I don't see that just yet. So if I go over here, if I go inside here and I hit create a video, I could be wrong. It's not showing the model unless it's defaulting to that model. So if I go over here and I just add, I don't know, let's add this product right here. And I say, create a video, woman holding this bag up, and she is enjoying the product. It is a chocolate powder mix that is healthy for you. Bad prompt, but I just want to see, because I tested this before inside of, I gave it a basic prompt inside Gemini, but then I also did this inside Flow. Now there's two big things to notice. So inside Gemini, at least from what I'm seeing here. So I'll open up another window because I want to see this. So if I go to tools and video, it doesn't let me change the aspect ratio of the video. So it won't let me change, it'll allow me to add a photo, to change a photo into a video. I guess that's new. But when you're inside Flow, which is right here, you can change the model, but you can also change the aspect ratio. So previously you really couldn't do 9:16. And you're only getting one output in Gemini, but in Flow, you're actually able to get 2. And you can actually change that to 4, which is actually pretty interesting. So I gave it the prompt over here. A woman walks into a department store and screams, "It's Black Friday. Where's my free toaster?" She is dressed casually. I couldn't think of anything, so I did that. Now, when you see this here, so that's okay, but in Flow, which is the VEO 3.1 model here, and you can always change it if you want to, support ending soon on the VEO 2. Interesting. I was able to actually change this to portrait. So it's not defaulting to landscape. I could do landscape, but I could also do portrait. So this is the output I got with Flow, which is labs.google kind of tool, specifically VEO 3.1. I'm assuming it's 3.1 here because I can't change anything. But over here, I can change it. So this is that same prompt in VEO 3.1 in Flow. So that's that one, but I also got a second output. So I like that I can put it in 9:16 portrait, especially for like TikTok or Instagram Reels or anything like that. I did notice 3.1, it's saying it's more improved, but the text, the speech, if you notice that they're saying where it is and there's a big pause versus this one, it stutters, but it's almost like purposely done. Like she's frustrated, like where is my free toaster? But in this one, that one kinda, but this one, where air is, that's the thing. But now the cool thing with this, right, is it has like a scene builder. So you can technically go over here and say, have different presets, create a new expander. So let's say I took this one, let's say the younger woman over here, and I said, okay, cool, I want to do this. Well, how do I do this? So this is scene builder, cool. So then now I just started playing with this, so I really don't know. So I can edit this from here or make it full screen. So I can edit this further. So I can say, change her shirt to be a plain black shirt. Also make her have a Southern accent when she talks. These are not the best prompts, right? But I'm just going through the basic functions of it. So I do like that in Flow that you can do the output of up to 4, whereas typically in Gemini, you can only do 1. Well, you can only do 1, right? And it's only going to be the 8 seconds versus these, I believe, were, no, they're still 8 seconds. I think the reason why they're pushing it in Flow is so that you can stitch them together to make a complete kind of full, longer clip. But what I did too is I just went in Gemini. It's my favorite prompt or LLM to use right now. I actually prefer it over Claude when it's done right. So I said, give me a good prompt, right? So now I could just take this prompt for a lady at a baseball game, and I take this, and if I go into, okay, so this one, let's see it adding some subject matter inside of it. If you're looking for a chocolate drink that is not just delicious, but also good for you, try Shri Shri Tattva Ujasvita. If you're looking for a chocolate drink. That's actually pretty sick because here's the thing. I didn't say what the name of the product was. I just gave it the context. And I said, holding up this bag, enjoying the product. Here's the other thing that's really, really interesting. This product is made in India. I know that because I know the product. They made an Indian avatar with an Indian accent, all on its own, but it's saying the product's name. So this is crazy actually, because it actually read the brand name and read the model or the version of the product or the product name right in there. And it's interesting that it used an Indian ICP and voice and avatar when the product is from India. So I'm wondering, is it actually looking at the image of reference that you're giving it for context? So I've actually hit my rate limit over here. That's fine. That's why you have multiple accounts. So I'm going to go into my other account and I'm going to take the prompt over here that I have, and I'm going to put this inside here for a video. Now, unlike this, where it says nano banana, a lot of times the prompt will come up and it has a banana there. They're not giving any reference that this is VEO 3.1. So I'm going to make this video over here in the Gemini app, right, for the prompt that Gemini gave us for VEO. But then also let's go back over here to see this. I said to edit her shirt to be black. I can tell you it's not already. Absolutely did none of the edits at all. 0 edits. So I don't know what the point of that was. So now if I go back over here to Flow, some other stuff that I generated over here. But okay, so this is a starter project. Got it. How do I then take this to use it? It's not really clear. So what is, okay, this lady's still talking. What is the point of Flow? I'm just building out stuff in here. Let's go over here. Explore a project from Flow experts. Cool. Great. But I thought that Flow was that I could do something from here, like meaning put things together. So frames to video, ingredients to video. So I was using text to video. So frames to video is start, what does it say? Start this. Okay. Start with it. So I could take this and I could pull in, let's do a picture of a rainforest and then a clock radio. So I could say man walking from forest to sitting, listening to radio. So I think that's also what it's able to do. It's like from this frame to that frame. You probably have seen this. I think this is how a lot of those TikTok videos are doing, where they're talking about the evolution of this person in history, where it's like they're a baby and then they're going from this to this and from this to this, and they're like moving and walking in between them. So if I go back here, I'll close this out. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, so it's okay. But now that same thing, again, assuming that this is not, if that's Gemini VO2 and we don't know what 3, or I'm sorry, if that's VO3 and we don't know if it's 3.1, I can go back over here and I want to just see, can I build out another one while that one's running? So text to video on this one. And I want to change this to, well, it's not letting me change. Okay, so here, let's do this in landscape and let's do 4 of them. I want to keep it specifically on 3.1. So it's interesting because you're not rate limited like you are in Gemini directly, because I've hit my limit like over here, but in Flow, doesn't look like I'm hitting rate limits, but I'm just not clear on the whole idea of a scene builder. So if I'm building, so you can have multiple generations going on at the same time, it looks like, which is pretty cool. When they say scene builder, is that what it means and not putting things together? And if it is, that's fine. So flow is temporarily unavailable. Beautiful. That's not working. Let's go back over here because I just want to see what the difference is between those. But you can see right away, even if you're not using it for anything new, if you're just looking to create videos, the fact that you're able to come in here and generate up to 4 pieces for output versus just the one, and then as a standalone, changing from landscape to portrait, that's pretty good, especially for a lot of use cases. If I go back over here, why is it blank? Looks like it errored out and it totally lost whatever I put in there. That's not good. And so this is 99%. We're going to jump down to 82%. So let's see this. This is going to be, is this good or better? All right. So let's see this. So we're at 99%. I can't complain if it's taking too long because it's doing 4 of them. But the editing function is almost worthless because as you see in the previous one that I did, it didn't do anything. It didn't give her a Southern accent, didn't change her shirt color. So, and I wasn't able to see the whole from frame to frame because it errored out. So let me just, while this is loading, let me go to labs.google because I want to see exactly. A new AI filmmaking tool lets you seamlessly create cinematic clips, scenes, and stories with consistently using Google's. Okay, how am I able to try it? Okay, VEO 3.1 is here. Great with flow. I'll go back in this way because let's add starter project. See what they're normally doing. Okay, so this is a starter project, the enchanted door. So, okay, the button here is add to scene. I'm not getting that with stuff that I'm generating. So this actually makes sense, right? So it's the character walks over here. Which one do you like more? There's no sound with this either, which is weird. So add to the scene. See, this is what I thought it would be more like, where it's like now you're doing scene builder. So it's like, okay, I can jump to what? I want to add, okay, what happens next? Okay, character starts breakdancing. So this is what I was really looking for when it comes to the scene, right? So it's like you're building out the scene over here. So, okay, character starts breakdancing, not letting me do it. Scene jumps to character doing the gritty dance. Nope, not doing it. Okay, don't get it. Let's go back and see my generations over here. Okay, so they're done. So remember, before I had this. Oh, sorry, before I had this. And then we have 4 versions over here. So now I'm actually getting the add to scene. It could have been before that you can't do add to scene with portrait style. Let's take this one. We'll add this to the scene. Okay, so great. Now we have this. And if I want to jump to, this happens, and then the scene jumps to the woman in the scene breakdancing. Okay. This feature isn't supported in VEO 3.1 fast. Switch to VEO 3.1 quality. Okay. Quality. That's the other thing, by the way, too. There's VEO 3.1 fast and there's VEO 3.1 quality. I don't know which one to use. I always default to fast, but that might not mean good. So let's see what this takes a look like. Let's see what this looks like. While this is building, let me go. Did I lose my scene? I don't think so. No, it's still generating that. Okay. So while this is doing this, let me go back to the vertical one. Yeah. So that's what it is. So you can't do scene builder with portrait. So now we have access to portrait 9x16, but you can't do scene builder. So you can't stitch them together. Weird. Why give that if you can't do that? This is now in quality. So sometimes audio sometimes audio will not be generated in VEO3 clips. We're working on improving this. Okay, why? That's one of the big reasons. Okay, this image might generate our policies. So the woman can't break dance. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you're playing with this, if you're seeing it, it looks like you have to be using it to get the full aspect, the full function of it in flow, not directly in Gemini, because inside Gemini, you're not able to have certain control. But it is cool that in Gemini, it's giving the context of who the ICP is and reading stuff off the label. It's pretty freaking cool. Let me know what you guys think.